Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I would like to take you along my journey of the beginning gardener. I've started to run a community garden since October 2022, and it is my goal to record the process and progress of the garden to show how little or how much effort it takes to grow even just a single plant. And although I'm certainly not an expert gardener, I'm a beginner, maybe you might even learn a thing or two and hopefully enjoy the content. But most of all, I aim to learn and grow in knowledge, produce, and person. So who am I? My name is Jair, and I'm from the Netherlands. As I've said, I've rented this garden since last October. What garden? Well, this garden. Now, it may not seem like a lot right now, and let's face it, it isn't. Not yet anyway, but I hope I can make a positive change to that. So where do you begin when you have little experience, winter is about to start, and your garden looks like this? Well, there are 3 things you can do during winter to prepare for the coming season. Starting a compost pile, make a garden plan, and get some seeds. While these are in no particular order, I do suggest that you at least start with making a compost pile, and the sooner the better. Creating compost takes time, from a few months to even a year, so if you have an early start, it will only work to your benefit. There are several ways to compost, as long as you remember that a nice balanced pile requires water, air, greens, and browns. It's a very elemental process. One of the most basic and simple ways is to just pick a spot in your garden and start piling up organic matter. Even if you do very little, it simply decomposes over time. Such is the way of life. What I did was I dug a shallow hole in the back of the garden and I filled it up with all sorts of organic matter that I could find. For example, during autumn and winter, you can often find these cages where people can dump leaves that they have swept up. This is a free resource of carbon-rich or a brown material, and I made happily use of that. I also added greens, such as fresh garden waste or grass from the garden, as well as kitchen scraps that we saved up. Manure from any herbivores count as a green source and are great for your compost as well. Droppings from rabbits, chickens, or even horses will all do, as long as the animals have not been fed any medicine. Picture this, my sister has a pet alpaca, no joke. I asked her if I could have some of the leftovers, and I was free to take the droppings, although they did smell pretty bad. Back to the matter of the pile. I watered it and turned it over every few days to introduce water and air. Now, all I need is some patience. The second thing you can already do during winter is make a garden plan. By making such a plan, you can get a rough idea of the dimensions of your garden and how you can place, space, and grow your future veggies. An ideal way to do this is to draw your garden on a grid. My garden, for example, is a fairly long and narrow space, about 5 by 20 meters or around 16 by 65 feet. You can choose to draw in the separate spaces or grow beds that you're planning to use. Or, if you're a bit more creative, you can draw them on a separate piece of paper and cut them out, like I did here. This way you can move them around and reposition easily to your liking without using an eraser. Another handy tip is to write down where north, south, east and west are in relation to your garden. This helps you determine how the sun travels during the day and what parts of your garden might be shaded or have an abundance of sunlight. This is useful information because not all veggies require the same amount of hours in the sun. Okay, let's talk about seeds. 2 tips I can give you. Obvious one, choose something you would like to grow and eat, and if possible, try to get organic seeds. Now you can buy these obviously online or in the store in packages. If you had harvests from previous years and you saved up some seeds, like we did, for example, these beans or pumpkins, then of course you can use those. Now, at the back of the package, it also says what months you can start sowing indoors, here depicted in blue. In green, it says when you can sow directly outside in the soil, and the red indicates in which months you could expect some harvest. Well, that kind of illustrates the start of my garden adventure. Next up, I have some plans to upgrade my compost pile to some actual bins, but you'll have to wait till next video. In the meantime, I'll keep turning this pile. I will see you soon. Bye bye.